Alright, you guys, the Coke Zero Sugar 400 ended, and congratulations to Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney today was quiet today. He was up front in stage 2. Actually started on pole, and because of qualifying got canceled due to lightning, and he was up front for like all of stage 1, and Larson won stage 1, Chastain won stage 2, by the way, in case you want to know the stage winners. Then he practically stayed out of trouble all night. He was quiet, he was in the back, but when it mattered most, Blaney came on through and got the job done. So, yeah, this is Ryan Blaney's second win of the season. This is his second career Daytona win. Hasn't won here in like 4 years. So, yeah, congratulations to Blaney. Man, I feel like this race was really solid. This race was really good. We do, like, again with this next gen car, this Gen 7 car, you know, it's super speedways, you know, it's hard to make a third lane work, but I do say this, in this race tonight, you were able to make the third lane work. We saw it in the final laps of the race. We saw it early in stage 1, heck, we even saw it, we saw it in stage 2 at times. Sure, some of it may be fuel saving here and there, but you saw in stage 1, there was not fuel saving involved, and they were still going 3 wide. So I'd say this race was really good. It was just a good super speedway race. So yeah, just gotta get that point out of the way. And with Ryan Blaney winning, since he's already locked into the playoffs with his Nashville win, Alex Bowman's in the playoffs, folks. Bowman and Reddick will take the final 2 spots in. Thank gosh, because as soon as Tyler Reddick spun out, I was worried that he was going to miss it. We had a high chance, a pretty darn good chance, of a driver below the cut line winning tonight's race, and we almost saw Justin Haley winning, we almost saw Suarez, we almost saw Eric Jones, like, John Nemechek was up front, the RFK cars today weren't as good as I thought they would be. Like they weren't leading laps, they were up front at times, but they weren't dominating they clearly weren't the fastest, especially for Brad Keselowski. He was good early on, but I don't know what happened, man. Brad just fell back. I don't know what happened to Brad. I don't know if he just had a good enough car. I don't know. It's just kind of shocking to see Brad not being in the mix in the final laps. Pretty shocking. Ryan Preece and Chris Buescher, they were definitely up front. Ryan Preece had a chance, but then he did everything right and then just got into a position where nothing could have done. Larson was in a position where he could make a move on the outside during the final laps, and yeah, that was that. But man, coming across the start-finish line, 4 freaking wide, folks. 4 freaking wide, man. Absolutely insane stuff. How did they not wreck? Big was unbelievable. Like, how they did not wreck at the end, unbelievable. We only have Chris Buescher spinning out and then Cole Custer going low. That was it. It was no big crash, none of that. I was surprised by that. So, man, just wow. I'm stunned there, speechless, but yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some of the notices that happened. Stage 1, yes, the majority of the big incidents were in Stage 1, where, like, Casey Mears, getting closer to making his 500 start, he actually had 2 tire issues tonight, and then I mentioned Tyler Reddick, he and Todd Gillen got together. Gillen, he came down, and while Tyler Reddick was trying to come up, and they two just got together. And then that big crash that happened just before the end of the stage, in the stage 1, where Bubba Wallace, Kyle Busch, Logano, like Larson, it looked like Larson pushed Bubba Wallace a little too hard. Well, got into Bubba Wallace, and Kyle Busch got together with Logano. Denny Hamlin, man, he got involved in that crash. Kyle Busch, Saint Smith, Gregson. It's just that big crash, man. I think it was just a push. I think it was just a push, a little bit of aggressive push from Larson. And Larson, man, he had some aggressive moments today. Like, he shoved Eric Jones out of the way in the final laps, almost wrecked Eric Jones, and then he got into Bubba Wallace there, and that triggered the crash that happened on the front stretch towards the end of stage 1. Kyle Busch was in it. Like I said, Denny Hamlin was in it. Denny actually finished inside. I think he finished inside the top 25. Yeah, I think he finished 25th. But yeah, so man, that crash, man. I was like, we're not even to stage 2 yet, and we already had a big crash. So yeah, but again, guys, back to the race. Back to the racing product. Again, guys, I thought this race was pretty solid. Like, this was a pretty solid super speedway race. So yeah, really solid. So yeah, like, you can make the third lane work. There's a third lane that can work. So yeah, I felt like this race was better than Talladega. So I thought this race was better than the Talladega Spring Race. So yeah, the finish wasn't as underwhelming as Talladega was. So yeah, and like I said, guys, Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman are safe. They will be both in the playoffs since we have a repeat winner. So yeah, guys, now it's on to the playoffs. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys some noticeable finishers. Alright, guys, Ryan Blaney gets his second career Daytona win and his second win of the season. He wins the race. Congratulations to Blaney once again. He came through when it matters most. Yeah, Daniel Suarez, so close, man. He ends up finishing second. Man, he was in a good position. Suarez, he was quiet in the second half, but the first half, he was up front. Justin Haley, man, was in a good position. He was controlling the inside lane in the final lap, just didn't have enough there. Cole Custer fourth. Eric Jones, man. Eric Jones in stage 3 showed up. So Eric Jones, man, he almost won, man. But he dropped to the back when he got shoved out by Larson, then he just came back and finished in the top 5. Speaking of Larson, ends up finishing 6th. Chris Buescher, I wanted an RFK car at least to get into the playoffs. RFK Racing will miss it, unfortunately. Buescher finishes 7th. Ty Gibbs 8th. Josh Berry 9th. And rounding at the top 10 is Chase Elliott. So those are your top 10 finishers. Ryan Preece ended up getting shuffled back to 14th. So, yeah, Keselowski, like I said, after the first stage, he was pretty much just non-existent, man. I don't know really what was up. So yeah, Cody Ware, he actually led a good chunk of laps in this race. Logano, he ended up spinning out, causing out that final caution. So he ends up finishing 27th. And Kyle Busch ends up finishing 33rd. Carson Hocevar had a blown engine, finishes 34th. And Stenhouse 35th, Bowman 36th, Bubba 37th, Gregson, Cindric. Those drivers all caught up in that last lap crash. Man, the impact between Bubba Wallace and Austin Cindric was huge. That was big. But man, not even the end of stage 1, and already my favorite driver, Denny Hamlin, gets involved. Same with Bubba Wallace gets involved in that wreck, and Reddick gets involved in an incident. Dang, man, dang. So yeah, I thought this race was really solid. Again, guys, 4 wide across the line for the win, man. 4 wide across the line. In my opinion, this was just a good, solid super speedway race. Yeah, congratulations to Blaney once again. And yeah, guys, I'm actually going to be working on my playoff predictions PowerPoint that I will be releasing on Monday. So yeah, guys, that's it for this little post-race reaction. Congrats to Blaney once again. Man, just the race today, this evening, was good. Was a good, solid super speedway race. And yeah, congrats to Blaney. Man, what a finish. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.